Good morning, happy new week. Why are my keys in my hand so early while I'm making coffee? Well, got back from the water park only to look out my window this morning and my trunk hatch is wide open. Hoping that I'm not starting off the week with a dead battery or something. That's just not what I would like on my Monday bingo card. Okay, I think what happened, because my trunk automatically opens back up if something gets caught in it, people probably pushed the button and went to carry things into the house and it just popped back open, and I never looked any further either. So, well, good friends, we are out today. Car started, yay. I'm at the bank. We are going for stuff and things. I have a phone call meeting. I have an in-person meeting. I have my books with me because I have time between both. I plan to get a couple of these books from last week's stack finished today. Finishing up an audiobook. Also have a big get moving again step goal for every day this week. So let's do it. Well, all right. So we've got a double Whopper, add bacon, low carb. This is my first meal of the day. It's almost noon. I'm going to eat this, read for a little bit, and get on a work call. Good morning, good friends. Finished this book this morning. It's her recovery from late stage Lyme disease. It was very interesting. Well, good friends, I've hit over 10,000 steps and it's not quite 11 a.m. yet. We got some errands today. We have life and kids and stuff and things, but this is what Mama's eating. So of course, another air fryer ribeye. Now, several of you have asked me why I flip it. Like you've asked, doesn't your air fryer cook on both sides? It does, but when I flip it halfway, it makes the other side crispy and nice. Otherwise, the side that's on the bottom is just kind of weird looking, okay? So when I flip it, it makes both sides crispy and nice. Something I'm doing today, I just like, hey, why don't I do this? So a lot of times I open these bags, cook them in a bowl. I try to not cook things in plastic bags in the microwave, but I mean, also there's our fruity dino bites from this morning, so there's no perfection here. However, I'm going to dump this riced cauliflower with its garlic, herbs, and olive oil and sea salt from Sharp Shopper. But hey, it was from Whole Foods originally, and we like to get it marked down at Sharp Shopper. Anyway, I'm gonna dump this on my ribeye. It's just gonna be a whole situation. I think it's gonna be fantastic. But we'll find out, because also me trying something might not be fantastic. But I've got some hope in this. So I'm gonna put it, nope. I want to, shoot, no, that's not, this is not. Start again. I let it sit for too long. So if I hit that twice in the beginning, it'll be 400. That little shake just means halfway through, it's gonna beep for me to flip it. Sometimes I don't even get back in here because I'm gonna go get dressed for the day. We're in like morning walking shorts and stuff. I may miss it, and then I'll flip it and just put it on for like 3 more minutes. It just makes a nice little crust on both sides. And as we like to say, your mileage may vary. So I'm gonna take little fellas with me this morning. Can I carry this? Yes, I can. Let's figure this out. Post office errand, then playground time. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna film a cleaning video on this kitchen because I need to like steam clean. I know it's loud in here with this refrigerator, and a lot of times when I film, I turn this refrigerator off now. And so far, I've done a pretty good job remembering to click the button back on when I'm talking. It's just one more reality in my kitchen. Anyway, I wanna steam clean these chairs and steam the floor, just do some big, deep cleaning in this space. And that'll be another upcoming video. And of course, I missed it. I'm over here working on a thumbnail. I haven't got ready yet. Oh, okay, so that's what happens to some cauliflower rice. We'll move that around. Oh, and it's not crispy in the top. I know you all know this watching, but what do I know? Okay, so now neither sides in today's experiment are crispy. Let's cook it on top of the cauli rice. Try again. I'm making up a time. And now we're gonna flip again. Come on. not the best example, but protein and fat, how to overcook your steak and how to burn cauli rice. You're welcome. Okay, and while we burn our steak and our cauli rice, I just got Happy Meal from THM, so I needed this. More baking blend, more yummy desserts, more pressed peanut flour. You know, in my last goodie video, making all those homemade sugar-free, gluten-free desserts, I ran out of pressed peanut flour, and I think I still probably have half a cup of baking blend. But, and what are these? Are these, yes, 48-ounce bags. Fantastic. And then over here, we've got Gentle Sweet, yay. We've got, okay, the Pristine Whey Protein. That was some dessert recipes called for that. And then we got another bag of baking blend. Exciting sugar-free, gluten-free desserts on the way. Alrighty, so now we have an overcooked ribeye with burnt cauli rice, but lots of good ribeye fat dripping all over it, and I'm gonna eat it anyway, and that's what I get for trying to, yet again, show cooking a ribeye in my air fryer. Okay guys, super hot. Just did a little over a mile at the playground. We got the ice cream, we did the things. Gotta go back to the post office. They were closed for lunch, small town USA. Then we're gonna go back home and I'm gonna film that kitchen cleaning video. Well, good friends, so it's after 4 now. My to-do list that you were holding for me, that we were organizing, went a little sideways this afternoon. That's just like, hey mama life, with the post office being closed, and then ice cream and playground, and then back to the post office, and I was in and out of that post office 3 different times. Anyway, we didn't get home till after 3, and the July heat this afternoon just kind of zapped me. So that is that. Somehow today we're still at over 15,000 steps, which is pretty good, but most of that was from early this morning when the weather was perfection. So, mama ain't deep cleaning no kitchen today. That's what I'm telling you. We're not steam cleaning the stairs. We're not stairs or chairs. We're not steaming this floor. I'm going to show you what Walmart just brought me. Thank you, Walmart. We're gonna get the chicken and the root vegetables in the oven, and then I'm gonna sit in my chair with my feet up and read for a bit while that chicken does its thing. And then this evening, like 7, in a bit, we will walk and run and do all that. But here's what Walmart brought us. So from when I did the massive Costco shopping Friday, and today is Tuesday, I bought 3 gallons of milk. There's actually 1 gallon left, so I mean, go us. So we needed to prime the pump and get some more milk going. This one's seen better days, but 6 white milk, 4 chocolate milk. Very good. Yeah, when's the last time we did this? I don't know, a week ago? It seems like it was necessary. I ordered 5 4-packs of spoons, 5 4-packs of forks. I only had 1 4-pack of spoons delivered, so I'm just gonna have to see what happened with that. These are only $1.48 a bundle, but anyway, it seems like we have no forks and spoons now. So cream cheese refills, sweet potatoes, golden potatoes, 2 4-pound bags, so 8 pounds total of frozen strawberries. I bought deodorant the other day for backup, and I forgot I already had this on my Walmart list, so I bought 6 the other day and I had 6 delivered today. So hey, look, I'm a little bit ahead of all of these people that need deodorant in this house. Okay. Also, we needed more of these. Got some Dawn Power Wash refills. Got my nut pods. And I'm not the only one who uses that. I have several coffee drinkers who use nut pods, and then some who like some other varieties, and we'll get those at Sharp Shopper when they have them. I also got myself some more of these mashed avocado cups. I do that with celery, and that's it. So this is just like a little Walmart fill-in delivery. Yay. And now it's just some time to get some things washed up. I am listening to The Life of Chuck. It's a Stephen King book, which it's not horror. It's like sci-fi fantasy. And I definitely like to have some good fiction for my brain. And I just recently listened to his memoir on writing, and I had seen The Life of Chuck movie that was coming out. It seemed to come and go really quickly in the theaters. So I will probably watch that just as a mom movie in the future, but that's what I am listening to as we get this pot of chicken with all these root vegetables in the oven ready to go. Okay, and you wouldn't believe it. It looks like the same moment, but here we are a while later, and with the same arm movement, I'm taking it out. I'm taking the internal temperature of the chicken, and dinner is done. Someone just baked some, I think this is one of those Oreo bread kits. Yeah, here's the Oreos that I picked up at Sharp Shopper. So that looks yummy. And then we have our 2 chickens in a pot, and we have a variety of golden potatoes, sweet potatoes, and roasted carrots. Underneath, we used olive oil, some Redmond salt, some rosemary, and that is that. I've gotten a couple questions recently with my first Blackstone video that published, and people were asking or just discussing seasonings and things. So I'm feeding a variety of people, and I just naturally go with the flavor of the protein and Redmond salt as a general rule. You all know I'll use onion powder and garlic powder. We will throw some rosemary on there, and also lemon, pepper, and different seasonings. But for the most part, easiest on my brain, Redmond salt, and then whatever our cooking fat is. And then that way everyone can use their favorite dipping sauces, and that's just how it works a lot in my world. And this is some organic, organic celery to go with our little Oreo bread there. I'm gonna keep walking. We're at almost 19,000 steps while the flaming pot of chicken cools down a little bit. And then we'll have our evening dinner and move on from there. So we've been hoofing it. Here's my mom bowl that I'm gonna eat while I walk some more. There is a whole sweet potato under there, a small golden potato, chicken. I've been eating chicken skin and chicken by the fistful already. Some carrots, and then don't mind me and my sauces. That's that paleo buffalo sauce. I will sop most of that up with my chicken. And there you go, mom dinner. And then over there we got our pot, our plate, some different sauces. There's some blueberries still out, and everyone's coming through, making their plates. Over there's that cake that someone made, and yay, dinner. Alrighty, so I'm not hitting 30,000 steps today. We're a little over 26,000. I've got a date with an audiobook and some little boys, so we're heading to bed, but we at least got that done. Okay, it's an appointment day out, but I do have over 11,000 steps, and I'm gonna set my timer while we're at the Children's Museum again this afternoon. Alrighty, friends, we did all the stuff and life and things today, and I'm back home, and I've been walking some. I'm going to run tonight, which will feel amazing. The birds are doing it with us. Someone in my house just made a gigantic sheet pan cookie situation, like full baking sheet, and it's with that box of chocolate chip cookies that we got at Sharp Shopper. I will put a picture for you here. I'm so proud though. One of my humans that was making those cookies, like, I put too much water in them, and I don't know, they're having some kind of problem and they couldn't get them to sit like cookies. So they just got a full-size sheet pan and spread it out, and I'm like, good job for figuring it out. So we're gonna listen to music now and some audiobooks and walk and run and enjoy the evening. Well, good morning, friends. We just finished a little over a mile, 1.35. Right now, exciting. I'm filling my Aldi bag with books and journals, and we have a morning errand that's gonna let me read for a few hours. Also, while I walked, I'm almost done with Stitches by Anne Lamott. We've got like 2 pages left. We are packing essential morning snacks for my appointment. I will not have time to get food on the way or eat or do anything other than get out the door with this. Goes together, haha. Okay guys, not sponsored by White Horse Car Washing and Detailing Service, but I told the guy, I'm like, once I do this, I promise I'm gonna come quarterly or at least every 6 months. Or you might never see me again, but I'm gonna try. Oh my goodness, friends. So we're waiting for a minute, but I have like a new vehicle. It smells new. Amazing. I mean, we've got, it's a 2011, so, you know, there are signs, but it is paid for and it does treat me well. It's been treating me very well for almost 2 years now. Really trying to decide what I want to do. We had this detailed. It took a good 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, including the time I left from the house. I am so tired now. I did some work stuff on my phone. I caught up with a friend. I listened to an audiobook that's also kind of emotionally intense, and did some journaling, and just, I don't know. Sometimes when I'm tired, like moms do, you know, you just push through. I'm like, do I really want to do the water park today now? I feel like by the time I get home, a priority, I did go through and get a dozen Krispy Kreme because I thought that would be fun for folks at home. But anyway, oh, and I got a superhero dozen. Everyone will end up with like 1.5, right? So my brain is tired now, and I really would like to just go home and walk for a while and then run this evening and just kind of have a home day. Might be what we do. It's not bad or wrong. It's just different than what I thought we were going to do today. And it's just kind of like what I feel like we might need to do today. I might not. This morning I told myself I'd flip back around. There's no one behind me, don't worry. I'd flip back around, get us to the water park. And now I'm like, no. I don't think so today. But I did escort our main vehicle to have its first deep cleaning in almost 2 years. It's been vacuumed once in a while, and they vacuum it when I have an oil change, but it needed like 4 hours of scrubbing, and that's what we got. Actually, as I'm pulling away, gluten-free folks, what's perfect about our Krispy Kreme is there is another local company. It's just called Cupcake Company, but they are gluten-free bakery. I don't think everything's gluten-free. Is that right? I'm not sure. They're either 100% gluten-free or no matter, they offer gluten-free products. That's what I'm trying to say. I've gotten gluten-free birthday cakes specially made here, and cupcakes and treats and things. So I think since I'm now going to be a low capacity mom for the rest of the day, I just feel that that's what I'm going to be. I'm getting my gluten-free folks some treats, and they're doing summer kid stuff and things. So just going with how my body feels like I need to handle things today. Thank you. These are fun. They're yesterday's dozen, but they're half off. Okay, so it's, I'm like, oh my goodness, what time is it? That's a timer set. It's 6:11. When I got home, because we did not go to the water park, I did a little bit of walking, and then we watched a long expanded version of one of the Jurassic Worlds. I think it was Jurassic World Dominion. There we go, we did it. We have some easy Stouffer's things in the oven for dinner, and look, it even says large family size. So 2 of these chicken parmesans and 2 great value pizzas. So, and the refrigerator is going to talk to us. And the stove, if you wonder, people are like, what's that noise in your video? Well, that's also the stove, the little high-pitched sound. Anyway, all of that was our instead of water park afternoon activities. That's dinner. That's someone else's meal prepping. And there's a large number of towels out. I don't know why we have 6 dish towels out, but anyway, I think I'm at maybe 7,000 steps. I plan to, for the next 2 hours, to walk and run. I have some of my little dudes that want to race me again this evening, so I will probably run some races. Got another audiobook I'm listening to called Attached, about attachment styles. That's fascinating. There's another podcast I listened to by a therapist named Adam Young. I want to listen to that episode as well. So that's what's going to be in my ears when we walk and run this evening. Don't think I always get outside so easy. Doesn't work, doesn't work. So I went downstairs. It's like, you know, you give a mouse a cookie. One thing led to another. I had some meat that I was gonna do another Blackstone cooking day with tomorrow. We had a heat advisory today, filled up to 103. We have another one tomorrow, and I needed to freeze because it's been a couple days. Freeze what I wasn't using. Again, sorry for all the appliance noises. I am now acutely aware of how this sounds in videos. So anyway, got what needed to go in the freezer. There's some chicken tenderloins. We're gonna go ahead and marinate. I mean, look at us in some Olive Garden dressing, okay? And then we will do those for a sheet pan meal tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. And I thought I was doing my third Blackstone video and another THM dessert video, but I think instead it's gonna just be a big batch sugar-free, gluten-free dessert video, sheet pan chicken tenderloins and Allen Garden. Yeah, Allen Garden or Olive Garden dressing, and we'll go from there. Here's the chicken tenderloins I got at Costco. So this is like meal prepping for the weekend. This was almost a 6-pound bag, so we'll probably be doing 12 pounds of them, which is a bunch, but we also have some potatoes, so we'll probably do some roasted potatoes and then Olive Garden or Allen Garden Italian dressing chicken tenderloin. Okay, we got a fried egg pile for fried egg people. Alrighty, little quick breakfast situation for those who wanted eggs. Well, friends, Mama pulled it together. We got lots of good movement in today before our heat advisory started. By 9 a.m. I had about 8,000 steps in already. Like I shared with you, we got lots of books read this morning and all of those good things. I also had a long phone call this morning and got some journaling in. So checking the care of me, myself, and I boxes. And since we were able to get a decent amount of outside Power Wheels and scooter time and summer popsicles this morning, this afternoon, while I am working on cleaning up this kitchen, cleaning out my sinks, refilling soaps, wiping down countertops, wiping off the big table, doing all the things that I need to do in this kitchen before I start filming my next sugar-free and gluten-free dessert video using, yet again, a bunch of my favorite Trim Healthy Mama recipes. I need to get this kitchen ready. I need to get the lights on. I need to just do things in here. Also, I have a whole lot of ingredients that have taken up residence the last 2 weeks on my counter. And so I need to get those organized a little bit and get ready to start working through these recipes. Now, when I do this third recent sugar-free and gluten-free big batch dessert video, it's probably going to take me doing like 2 to 3 recipes a day over 2 days. I mean, I might only get 1 recipe today, even though earlier today I thought I'll get all 4 or 5 recipes done. It may not go that way. It's already pushing 2 o'clock by the time we're cleaning the kitchen. But as always, we are moving forward, making the best of what we have to work with and getting things done. Clean kitchen going down, check. Also, yesterday I assigned some teenagers, hey, guess what? Here's another assignment. I need you to take everything out of the big drawers and I need you to get those organized for your mama. And that was accomplished in the afternoon. Also earlier this week, when I thought on my to-do list I would be able to steam clean the kitchen chairs, nope. But guess what? I got a teenager who can also operate a Bissell, and while I was doing other things for our family, they got an afternoon job done of steam cleaning the chairs. Yay, family effort. And so now we have the almost 10 pounds of chicken tenderloins that have been marinating for probably about 18 hours or so in the good old classic Olive Garden sauce. What I also want to do is wash up and slice down a bunch of golden potatoes and roll those in some olive oil. We use some onion powder and garlic powder and salt and pepper and whatever else my hands grab whenever we go for the spices. So we're going to do the chicken tenderloins and the golden potatoes on my 2 big sheet pans. I'm going to go ahead and get the potatoes going first. We'll let those cook for about 10 to 15 minutes because those take longer than the chicken tenderloins. Then we will pull them back out, add the chicken tenderloins to the sheet pans, and have 2 big batch large family meals that way. So like y'all know, I really wanted to have some more Blackstone cooking time today, but with the heat advisory, I'm not putting forth that effort right now. It'll just be sensible summer weather again next week at some point. We're also weather report's supposed to have a lot of rain this weekend. So that's why I decided to just marinate those chicken tenderloins, and we'll use up potatoes. I don't have any zucchini or squash right now. Also, yeah, I have frozen broccoli, but not any fresh broccoli. Somehow I have 2 half bags of golden potatoes. However, I managed to pull that off. I'm probably gonna do some sweet potatoes with this too, because yay, sweet potatoes. And we will wash these, get them sliced up, get them on sheet pans. It's like all the eyeball things. That's probably good enough. How many pounds is that? This is probably 3. So, and then these were, well, tell me your poundage. 5 pounds. Yeah, so we probably have about 8 pounds or so of potatoes here. And the dessert video is going down. I had one of my teen guys the other day ask if I was gonna do those sugar-free, dairy-free, no-bake cookies that we've done before. Those are with coconut flakes. They're delicious, and I have everything to do them, so I'm going to start filming those. I did not get that cleaning video that I thought I was doing earlier this week, and I did not get my kids to the water park yesterday, but we have been pretty good about a whole lot of other things, and that's what matters. And so I am going through now, and I'm just gonna slice these sweet potatoes long ways. That makes sense in my brain. And I did decide to go ahead and do another bag of 3 pounds of sweet potatoes, because if we're prepping sweet potatoes, you know, we're prepping sweet potatoes. So I believe we do right around 12 pounds or so of sweet potatoes. We roll them in some olive oil, and we get them on those 2 full baking sheets. They're a little hard to cut into, but we do it. And then I also do some smaller golden potatoes along with those, and everything. It's just so good. I wish I had some in front of me to eat right now. I'm glad I prepped this, because it definitely was some nice meal prepping for the weekend. I wish I could have got that Blackstone cooking day in, but from the future I can say that actually tomorrow is going to be my 3rd dedicated Blackstone cooking day. Today, technically, that I'm filming this voiceover, I was supposed to film it, and just the weather was not cooperating. Alrighty, so here's 2 full-size sheet pans of our potatoes. You saw I added a 2nd bag of sweet potatoes just to bring our potato pound number up, because again, hey look, we're meal prepping for the weekend. So I think what's gonna happen is these potatoes are gonna get going. There's just not enough room, obviously, for 10 pounds. I mean, this is Jamerrill's cooking, right? And hey, how do you like my little peanut butter tripod, right? So since there's no room for chicken tenderloins, we will solve that problem. We will cook the chicken tenderloins probably on some smaller sheet pans in my regular size oven. It'll probably be 4 or more sheet pans that we have to roll through. We're about to find out, but to get the 10 pounds of chicken tenderloins cooked. But the chicken tenderloins don't take as long to cook as the potatoes. So now we're just going to go ahead, get the potatoes in there, and then we're going to go to town. Big batch meal prepping all those chicken tenderloins. Everyone loved marinating the chicken in the Olive Garden dressing. That was so nice, just a quick little thing to do. And so now I'm going to crumple up my parchment paper, and we are going to cover as many of these smaller sheet pans that we can with our chicken tenderloins and just roll through cooking those in my regular size oven. And they marinated for about 24 hours, which was nice. I'm glad it worked out. Here's our chicken tenderloins. And now I'm just going to, at first I start, spacing them out nicely. But by the end, there's room for friends, right? Snuggle together chicken tenderloins. You're all going to cook. You're all going to be delicious. And I'm cooking all of this on a Friday. And by Sunday evening, they were all gone. People ate them cold. People ate them hot. People ate them with sauce. We could do a little Dr. Seuss poem all about it, but they were definitely delicious, and I do want to do this simple Olive Garden tenderloin marinade again in the future. Way back when I started on YouTube, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, some of the first recipes that I did was just dumping some various Italian dressings on some chicken breast in the slow cooker, and that was a quick and easy dinner. Back then I would use my slow cooker a lot, or have seasons where I used it a lot, and so my goal was in the morning, or at least by lunchtime, to have dinner going in the slow cooker, so it made dinner time a little easier. I had, 4 of my children were ages 5 and under, and I was usually pregnant or breastfeeding, and I had older kids, so it was a variety of circus and life situations, but using my slow cooker was definitely a favorite. And actually that's what got me into doing food videos here on YouTube, because I was doing these homeschool day in the life type videos over 10 years ago. And viewers would just ask me, but what's in the slow cooker? What do you mean you have a meatloaf in your slow cooker? You can do meatloaf in the slow cooker? As we like to say around here, alrighty, right friends? Well, here's our 10 pounds of Olive Garden dressing marinated chicken tenderloins, and we're gonna do these 2 pans at a time in my regular size oven, and the potatoes are doing their thing in the larger oven. Slip my other 2 pans back in the refrigerator to wait their destiny. And so now I am just taking some time to go through this refrigerator and clear some things out, and also get those chicken tenderloin pans in there just for the little bit it's going to take until the first 2 sheet pans are done cooking. And those are looking pretty good there. Moved the pans around, and I'm going to leave them in for just a few more minutes. And then we're going to take those out and put our next 2 pans in. Now it is just to wash my hands and wash off our prepping items quickly and try to get those put away. No complaints with the chicken tenderloins. Very good. We're going to now cut that watermelon that's been judging me for over a week. And hey, look, we meal prep for the weekend. Oh, I also just forgot, the timer went off for the potatoes, so hold on, watermelon, let's go give that a try. It'll give me a reason to eat another chicken tenderloin. All right, I'll put my little, but I've already rotated these pans out. I have words, rotated pans, so they're probably done. It has been a bit. Check those sweet potatoes. Oh yeah. Oh, so good. So good. Little kids are not in here right now, so we'll hang that over a bit. I cannot wait to eat this. I am going to eat another one of these. No one else even knows these are ready, so this is just mom food time. They will attack this very soon, but I'll get the watermelon done first. We have 2 more sheet pans in there with more chicken tenderloins, and I'm putting holes in those pans already. There's our beautiful potatoes. Now, instead of I carried a watermelon, let's conquer a watermelon. So apparently I'm going to attempt to dip some chicken tenderloins in my favorite paleo buffalo sauce while also cutting a watermelon. We'll see how that works out. I don't know, the chicken tenderloins were just so absolutely delicious that I had to eat some more. I think I probably ate 7 or 14. I mean, who's counting? They were absolutely amazing. So I chowed down on those, and I probably eat a quarter of a watermelon. You know, like from the movie I Carried a Watermelon, I ate a watermelon. It's so good. You know, I do this with strawberries. I do this with anything I'm prepping. It's called mom tax, okay? And if I'm prepping food for everybody else, I am also multitasking and feeding myself. And I'm spilling a little bit of our watermelon juice there, but it's all working out. I had to look at this watermelon a little bit and just make some life decisions. I like chopping it up in little chunks, then it can be eaten with little hands or forks, or I can quickly shove it in my face. You know, sometimes we do the little wedges and traditional triangle watermelon shapes, but this just makes storing it easy, and everybody putting some in a bowl or plopping some on a plate or any way they want to eat it up. Alrighty, here we go. We just got done playing the game, How Much Watermelon Can Jamerrill Shove in Her Mouth While Also Meal Prepping a Watermelon? I don't know, probably like 14 pieces, right? But we did it. You get some little hot pads to put those other two. These maybe can go on the counter now. They're still pretty warm. Alright. So, we will get out our other two pans of chicken tenderloins, and I don't know. I'm like, it's Friday. Will they make it through the weekend? And I just don't know. They are so delicious. So you have eaten my late afternoon lunch with me. I've eaten 6 of them. I've also had like 2 slices of the sweet potato already, and yeah, a quarter of a watermelon. So these are super delicious. Okay. Let's see just how much I can juggle these. Shoot. Okay, my one little hot pad is hooked on there. We will figure that life problem out in a minute. Only so many life problems at one time, right, ladies? Okay, pretty good, pretty good. I mean, some of the sauce is dark around the edges there, but it is me, so it's what you expect. Okay, and we also saved our hot pad. All right, so probably not a weekend's worth of delicious chicken tenderloins and a bunch of potatoes and a watermelon. I opened it and I'm eating it again, so good times. So no complaints. These are delicious. They were hard to cut, and I was like, let's just do long slices. I can eat a sweet potato any way you can give them to me. I am going to condense some of our pans together here though.
I'm eating again, of course.
So I'm just going to shove more chicken tenderloins in my face and potatoes, and I don't even need to eat once I'm done because I have eaten, although I do. I do continue to eat the potatoes and the chicken tenderloins and the watermelons. If you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a mom some potatoes and watermelon and chicken tenderloins, it's just a delicious dinner. And everyone in my household eats these items in a variety of ways throughout the weekend. And by Monday morning, there's no evidence left that I even meal prepped on this Friday evening. All right, hey, look, we meal prepped a Friday dinner. So, of course, we have the watermelon that I've probably eaten a quarter of so far, and our pile of chicken tenderloins and our potatoes. I don't know if there will be any left by tomorrow evening, but we shall see. Hey, look, we meal prepped. We did the thing. Good morning, friends. Here are birds. Birds are a-chirping. We've got another heat wave situation. I have no pockets, so earbuds in my hand. Got a bunch of reading done this morning. I was up at 5:30. Incorporated walking about an hour and a half ago. I've had my little dudes outside riding their Jeeps. Because we have the heat wave, we are out this morning getting a bunch of outside time in before the heat really kicks in. So July is definitely going out with a bang. I did officially finish my Anne Lamott book called Stitches. I read probably 4 or 5 chapters of The Glass Castle this morning. Right now they are in Welch, West Virginia, in a house where when it rains in the kitchen too. So as I was having my younger dudes pick up their popsicle trash this morning, because we have early morning popsicles in the sunshine with Jeeps here, I was like, guys, listen to this story, and let's be thankful. You have popsicles, you have a house that's cold when we go in it, and it doesn't rain in the kitchen, right? We've got a few things to be thankful for. Let's pick up our popsicle trash, put it in the trash can. You know, kids being kids. That's always my answer to everything. Hey, kids, you're being kids. I also finished listening to The Life of Chuck this week, and I also finished another book called Attached. I listened to both of those on audio, and I'm going to start another audiobook this morning. Not sure which one yet, though. Okay, good friends, got a little over 3 miles walking this evening, listening to another audiobook. So our chicken tenderloins we made yesterday, half a dozen of them on top of a bunch of sweet potatoes and roasted golden potatoes and my favorite buffalo sauce that I could drink. I'm gonna just dip my chicken in it. Now, finally, I am to my next big batch Trim Healthy Mama sugar-free, gluten-free baking day. I've been working through my list that you've been hearing about since February. And so I need to go through and just recalibrate with the ingredients that I have. I need to check in on my recipes. I'm looking at my whiteboard there to see if I have what I need to still do what I think it is I'm going to do. You know, that's always the big question. So I'm going through just double, triple, quadruple checking. You know me, I'm going to at least double, if not potentially times 4 every recipe, because this is how my brain works. Why do a dozen when I could do 48, right? And these sugar-free, gluten-free desserts are so fantastic. My entire household eats them. Alrighty, friends, so I gotta now try to get the sounds cut down in this kitchen so we can start the dessert video. Happy Saturday. What is happening today? Well, today, my work day to get caught up on all the things I got behind on this week. Not like abnormally behind. This is just regular life behind. Doing pretty well, did pretty good the week before, doing all the kids in life and stuff and things. And then, like every mama knows, there's always these items on the back of the list that are left. I also feel like I need to answer the question, maybe, because there'll probably be like 4 of you that ask in the comments about my air conditioner moving to this window. So put a pin on that. We'll have the air conditioner discussion in a moment. But today, Saturday, yay, we meal prep for this weekend. You know, for breakfast, I had chicken tenderloins and some of those roasted sweet potatoes and golden potatoes. We got a little over a mile in this morning. And as long as it's a gentle size book, not like a whole Trim Healthy Table cookbook, just a regular size memoir, I can walk and read this and sip some coffee too. I've been getting pretty good at that. And so for this Saturday, no heat advisory today. There's some folks in the living room doing Legos. There's some folks outside. Chores are done, plans are made. Life is moving forward. I'm hoping that tomorrow afternoon / evening, we get in a water park time, even if it's just for 4 hours or so. I've had to readjust just a little bit. One of the recipes I thought I was gonna do in this third in the current dessert video series, I was gonna do the Cry No More brownies from Trim Healthy Mama cookbook, page 314. However, in Trim Healthy Mama land, they always love to get frozen okra into things. Those brownies have some pulverized frozen okra. In some of their books, they refer to like blending the soul out of it. And so anyway, I don't have any frozen okra. And so I'm just going to skip that one. But instead, because I wanted to do 5 desserts, I'm gonna do their carrot cake deluxe. That's in the Trim Healthy Table cookbook on page 375. So I need to go through, I've had my pile of ingredients here. One of these recipes, it might be, I'm like, which one was it now? Maybe the Magic Salted Caramel Cupcakes. One of these has beans in it. Yes, 2 cans of white beans in the Magic Salted Cupcakes. So be sure to look for that video to see what in the world. If it's not frozen okra, it's some canned white beans. So we'll be having that adventure today in the kitchen. So back to my little air conditioner drama. You all have been with me through 3 different houses, right? In my YouTube universe. You were with me at my 100-year-old farmhouse. You were with me at the forest house. And you've been with me going on almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years, February 2026, at this house. So within all of that, summer 2021, I believe, I'm pretty sure that's it, had a whole new HVAC system because what was here was the original 1963. And whenever we moved in February 2020, who knew what was about to happen? The old original from whenever they had it put in air conditioner lasted us that first summer. So helping me get this straight, we have the video evidence. 2021, yes, is when we had that done. Then in 2022, this kitchen was finished and I had the ductwork done out here. So we got little grates, different places here along the ceiling. I think the other one is down yonder. And the big discussion at that time when this kitchen was done in 2022 with my HVAC company was, you know, obviously what do we need to heat and cool this kitchen that now has been added onto the house, which is another almost 700 square feet. And the options at the time, 1, we could just run ductwork in here, see how the house handled it. 2, we could go ahead and do a mini split in here. And so, ran the ductwork and it seemed to keep up just fine. Then we go to late summer, early fall 2023 life implosion. Besides life implosion, what else do I have? I have a tree come to the back of the house and all the like hundreds of year old dangerous trees. This all gets back to air conditioning. All the trees that encircled the house really needed to be taken down because I was here for the first time as a single mom and my posse of kids and a tree conveniently right on time coming through the back of the house, and all these other trees looming. And I'm like, I really don't need more trees coming through the house right now. Like, if there could ever be a time where a tree is not coming, not only through the roof, but through the ceiling and into, I mean, it came through the baby kitchen. That tree came totally through the baby kitchen, ceiling, parts of the ceiling down. It was a whole thing. Let's not have any more of that. So in trying to take care of me and all my humans, I just went ahead and had all the trees that were right up against the house removed. The only tree that I did not have removed was out a bit. It wasn't looking great, but my tree people said, you know what, when that one falls, it's gonna fall that way. Well, then in our timeline, we can go to what? Was it spring 2024? It feels like it was just a little over a year ago. That one tree I didn't have removed did fall. Thankfully, it did fall away from the house. Okay, yes, that was like March 2024. Anyway, adventures in trees. And the other thing I was having done in August 2023, I'd been on a wait list from a painter I had used for like 8 months or so for him to come out and paint the brick and do like some cedar wrap porch post and get some wood stained shutters and stuff on. And also at the same time, everything happening at one time, my time on his wait list came up. He started to work on the house. Life imploded. Such an awkward phone call. By the way, life imploded. Continue to keep working on painting the house. I chose a dark color of this brick, which I'm so glad I did. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk on my air conditioning, okay? I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did the colors that I chose, because it was just like a little wild thing in my mind to have a dark navy house and fresh white trim and the cedar siding and the cedar wrap post and all of that. But you know what I did within all of that? I changed the environment of my home. I've had this lesson too. By removing all of those trees that were either coming through the house or about to, and then simultaneously painting this house a dark color, I really messed up the HVAC. Okay, it's been warm in the winter, but in the summer, last summer and this summer, my HVAC has struggled. But see, you all are so connected with my house and my universe and my timeline. I know having that window unit, instead of having my cat and my bunny teapot and electrodes, just a couple of you are gonna ask, hey, why is that in the window? So, my HVAC company came out. They figured out that because of the load, my HVAC system was pulling, it somehow tripped something and the whole thing wasn't working right. They got that running well again. And instead of me having to spend $5,000 this summer finally doing the mini split in this kitchen, the conversation was I could just use a window unit for right now, close off the vents, keep the door shut. That way the HVAC that's now up and running again let's just see, can it keep the rest of the house a nice temperature? And can this window unit keep the kitchen a nice temperature? And then in the future, I can do the mini split, or if I sell, I can do the mini split, or if this didn't work and the current HVAC keeping up, if this test didn't work, I could do the mini split now. But if I didn't have to do the $5,000 mini split right now, I would say let's not do that right now, okay? So far things are working, except when I had this air conditioner unit at the front of my kitchen. I have this stained wood on the outside the front of my kitchen. It's just like, you know, little problems add up. So I've noticed this summer, since putting the air conditioner where I had originally put it, which I tried to put it there just to keep it out of the way while I'm filming and stuff. It now made that front porch so wet that that wood is wet and it needs to dry out now. So good, right? So inhale and exhale, friends. That is me dealing with life and stuff and things and air conditioners and trees and problems and wet wood and a hot house, and but now the house is cold, the kitchen's cold. But when I film, when I'm speaking while I'm filming, I need to turn the air conditioner off. And for bonus points, because it's my life, I turn that refrigerator off so you all don't hear the constant buzzing. And so my delicate emotional state doesn't have to yet start dealing with microphones. I know I need to, but sometimes really easy things are too much for my brain right now, and I just take the path of least resistance to actually get stuff done. And that's a win to me. And so far, the last couple months that I've turned the refrigerator off during my big talking filming segments, I've always remembered to turn it back on, and it's worked well. And a large part of the time when I film like these big videos, when I have big cooking segments, I turn the air conditioner back on, I turn the refrigerator back on, I have an audiobook in my ear, and I just focus on the actual cooking, and then I do voiceover later, and that's another way I get stuff done. And that also means things like kids at the table doing Legos, kids running through for a snack, my people, you know, talking to their mom, asking me questions, talking about life and stuff and things. We can just keep on living life, and I record the audio later. And anyway, that's way more than you ever wanted to know about my air conditioner. So now in the future though, when people ask me about it, I can just say, I explained my window unit and why I currently have it at the end of this video. Whew. I've been baking. I've been doing it. Yes, okay, wait. Timer needed for another thing in life. And hear that noise? We got the air conditioner, the oven, and the refrigerator all talking to you, right? Even down in your homes in Australia. So it's almost 6. We have another thing this evening, so I'm wrapping it up. I did get the baking done on 4 recipes. They all still need their different homemade icings, and then there's this, I'm excited about all of them. But this bundt cake, cinnamon butter bundt cake, in the dessert video that I'm filming, we're gonna do the cupcake variation because I don't got a bundt pan right now. Anyway, my soul is saying it wants to eat this now. So instead I'm finishing a bowl of watermelon. This is the 5th recipe. I'm gonna have to make it tomorrow. Instead of going to the water park tomorrow afternoon and evening, I'm finishing my dessert video, because that's what helps make my world go round, so I can pay my mortgage and put gas in my car and buy us watermelon and take us to the water park when time allows. So miss the water park this week for life and stuff and things. So tomorrow I'll finish the dessert video. Yeah, I just have several things. I'm probably gonna end up working another 6 or 8 hours tomorrow afternoon, but working for myself, mom entrepreneur life, Wednesday this week, and you guys were with us. We had appointments out, children's museum time. I feel like there was other things that happened. I feel like I did other mom stuff this week. Yay, where's my cookie or my cinnamon butter bundt cake? And then I got behind on some of my work things. This is my dissertation, and so this is me working this weekend to get caught up from this last week's work so I can start the new week caught up and keep trucking forward. So thanks for hanging out with me all week. I think we cooked some food. The only thing in my mind now is life and stuff and things. Okay. We did life. And next week, we're gonna do it all again. And tomorrow I'm gonna get caught up for last week. So thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you real soon with another brand new video. Bye bye.